This is Pokling 888 Telemetrading Daily Market Research and Data Analysis. The top 10 most active companies in the Philippine Stock Exchange are the following. Apollo Global traded 609.89 million at a price of 0.080 per share, and there was seen a significant increase of 3.90%. Next is the Monday Nissan with 56.21 million with a price of 16.12 per share, and there was a significant increase of 0.75%. Next, the AC Energy Philippines traded 19.57 million to close at a price of 10 pesos and 88 cents per share. And there was also a significant change of a positive 1.30%. Next, the Ayala Land traded 11.33 million at a price of 36 pesos per share. Next, the Wilcon Depot traded 8.10 million to close at a price of 33 pesos and 3 cents per share. And there was also a significant increase in price of 0.91%. Next most active is the Mega World, traded 16.54 million at a price of 3 pesos and 2 cents per share. And there was also seen a change in price of a negative 0.62%. Next, the Metro Pacific Investment traded 16.54 million to close at a price of 3 pesos and 85 cents per share. Next, the Converge Information with 8.46 million at a price of 31 pesos and 25 cents per share, wherein it depreciated to 5.02%. Next, the Ayala Land Logistics with 8.16 million at a price of 6 pesos and 25 cents per share. And the last most active in terms of volume is the Mary Mart with 7.10 million to close at a price of 2 pesos and 50 cents per share. And here are the top gainers companies, led by the Atok Big Wedge with 8.70% increase. Next, the Concepcion Industrial with increase of 7.71% at a price of 21 pesos and 65 cents per share. Followed by the Philippine Business Bank Incorporated with gains of 7.51% at a price of 9 pesos and 30 cents per share. Next, the Manila Bulletin with 5.95% increase at a price of 0.445 per share. Followed by the Discovery World with an increase in price of 5.56% at a price of 1 peso and 9 cents per share. Next, the Lorenzo Shipping with gains of 5.56% to close at a price of 95 cents per share. Next, the Philippine Estates with notable gains of 5.15% at a price of 51 cents per share. Next, the Philinvest Development with 5.13% increase to close at a price of 7 pesos and 99 cents per share. Followed by the Evergo Tesco with 4.76% gains at a price of 33 cents per share. And the last top gainer is the Manila Water with 4.56% increase at a price of 26 pesos and 35 cents per share. And here are the top losers companies, led by the Oriental Petrol B with 9.09% losses at a price of 0.01 per share. Followed by the Bright Kindle with 7.78% losses at a price of 1 peso and 66 cents per share. Next, the Dizon Copper Silver depreciated 7.56% at a price of 5 peso and 5 cents per share. Next, the all-day marks with 7.35% losses at a price of 63 cents per share. Next, the Italpinas Development with 6.84% losses at a price of 2.18. Next, the Rojas with 6.78% losses at a price of 1 peso and 1 cent. Next, the Solid Group closed at a price of 1 peso and 12 cents and with losses of 5.88%, followed by the Centro Escolar with losses of 5.37% at a price of 6 pesos and 52 cents. Next, the Dito CME Holdings with 5.30% losses at a price of 5 pesos and 9 cents per share. And the last, the Converge Information with 5.02% losses at a price of 31 pesos and 25 cents per share. And here are the Forex updates. For US dollar, the dollar index stabilized above 96.2 on Monday. For Australian dollar to US dollar, the Australian dollar recovery rally stalls. The Australian dollar hovered below 0.7180 against the US dollar on Monday. And for US dollar to Japanese yen, the Japanese yen eased to around 113.6 per US dollar on Monday. And for Chinese yuan firms up on strong corporate demand. The offshore yuan strengthened past 6.375 per US dollar on Monday. And for British pound, the British held around 1.32 US dollar in mid-December, remaining close to its lowest level since November 2020. And for euro remains weak ahead of central bank decisions. The euro held below 1.13 US dollar in mid-December, remaining close to a 17th-month low of 1.12 US dollar hit at the end of November. And here are the updates on commodities. For gold price, gold edges higher in hot inflation data. Gold prices edged higher above 1,780 US dollar an ounce on Monday. For crude oil, WTI crude futures rose more than 1% to trade above 72 US dollars per barrel on Monday. While the Brent climbs on easing demand hit concerns. Brent crude futures rose more than 1% to trade above 75.5 US dollars per barrel on Monday. And for natural gas, Euro natural gas prices near record highs. The Euro natural gas prices soared to 115 euro per megawatt hour, the highest since a record 116.02 euros reached on October 5th. And here are the stock market updates. For US stock futures edged higher on Monday after the major averages rebounded last week from the Omicron-triggered sell-offs and largely brushed aside a hot inflation reading. Dow Jones, S&P 500, and Nasdaq 100 futures all edged up about 0.2%. In Japan, Japanese shares jumped on tech rebound. The Nikkei 225 index jumped 1% towards 28,720, while the broader Topix index gained 0.6% to 1,987 on Monday, as Japanese tech and other growth companies bounced amid easing concerns around the Omicron variant. Sentiment was also lifted after US stocks largely shrugged off a hot inflation reading, with with investors gearing up for a succession of central bank meetings this week. The rebound in tech shares were led by Lasertech 2.8%, SoftBank Group 1.3%, Tokyo Electron 1.3%, Mitsui High-Tech 17%, Science Art 17%, and Advantis 3%. Gains were also seen from shipping companies including Kawasaki Kisan 4.3%, Nippon Yusen 1.9%, and Mitsui OSK with 2.1%. Elsewhere, financial firms mostly advanced, while auto manufacturers, retailers, and travel-related stocks were mixed. In China's stocks climb on policy easing, fiscal boost. The Shanghai Composite and Shenzhen Component Indices each climbed about 0.7% on Monday. The consumer, industrial, financial, technology, and new energy select sectors led the market higher, with notable gains from Quitchow, Mutai, 3.7%, East Money, 4%, China 3 Gorgeous, 6.5%, Sany Heavy Industry, 5.6%, China Yangtze Power, 7.7%, Hengli Petrochemical, 9.8%, China Energy Engineering, 4.9%, and Power Construction Corporation, 7.5%, among others. For South African stocks move higher. The FTSE or JSE All Share Index was up 0.6% to around 72,110 on Monday, mainly supported by iron ore producers. In Europe, European shares slightly up ahead of key meetings. European stock indices were mostly flat to higher on Monday. Among single stocks, Vifor Pharma jumped 14% after Australian biopharma giant CSL confirmed it was in talks to buy the Swiss drug maker, while shares of UniCredit advanced 1.7% after the lender announced it wants to grow its domestic footprint and could consider tie-ups in Italy and beyond. On the economic data front, German wholesale prices rose 16.6% in November, the most on record. In Italy, Milan stocks trade higher on Monday. The FTSE MIB rose almost 1% to around 26,960 on Monday, in line with its European peers, as investors focus on monetary policy decisions this week from major central banks, including the US Federal Reserve and the ECB, as the Omicron variant poses new risks to the global economic growth. Among single stocks, Telecom Italia, Amplifon, and UniCredit were leading the gains. In New Zealand stocks jumped to 1-month high. The NZX 50 index rallied 1.12% to close at 1-month high of 12,994 on Monday. The biggest index gainers were Vista with 7.56%, Sanford with 7.07%, Mainfred 4.67%, Scales 4.64%, Property Industry with 4.11%, Tourism Holdings with 3.97%, Argosy Property 3.9%, and Restaurant Brands with 3.6%. While in Australia, Australian shares rise on commodities boost. The S&P or Australian Stock Exchange 200 index gained 0.35% to close at 7,379 on Monday, as commodity stocks bounced amid easing concerns about the impact of the Omicron variant on the global economic recovery. Energy stocks climbed as oil prices jumped more than 1% in Asian trade, led by gains from Woodside Petroleum with 1.13%, Santos LTV with 1.85%, and Beach Energy with 3.35%. Heavyweight miners also benefited from upbeat growth sentiment with advances from BHP Group of 2.7%, Fortescue Metals 1.99%, and Rio Tinto 2.32%, along with lithium explorers Pilbara Minerals with 3.85%, AVZ Minerals with 17.8%, and Vulcan Energy with 4%. Elsewhere, financial, healthcare, technology, and travel-related stocks traded mixed in a volatile session. And here are the updates on bonds. In US, the US 10-year note bond yield was 1.42% on Monday, December 13th, according to over-the-counter interbank yield codes for this government bond maturity. In UK, the yield on UK 10-year government bond extended losses towards 0.7%. And in Germany, German 10-year bond yield little change. Germany's 10-year government bond yield stood at negative 0.35%.